Yes, it is time to talk about Amazons for Speed Duel format. So we're going to talk about your skill set first up. And this deck is just kind of copy and paste. Literally, I think every build I've seen has kind of been the same. So you got two skills that you can choose from. The first one is actually going to be the Destiny Draw. And I've heard differing opinions about this, but when you take 2,000 or more battle damage during your next draw phase, you get to search your deck for any card, show it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing. So absolutely bonkers for what this does. Now, there's another skill you actually get access to, and it's the Millennium Eye skill, which at the start of the game you get to look at your opponent's hand, and then you get to decide if you want to make your opponent redraw their hand. I believe, what is it, turn player gets to decide on the order in which their skills will resolve first. But I've heard differing opinions on the Destiny Draw or the playing around everything that your opponent has. Honestly, getting that free knowledge isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm going to be honest with you guys on that. Take it with a grain of salt. Just my opinion. I'm kind of leaning more towards this. I tested Destiny Draw. It wasn't so great, per se. Now, with Yugioh beatdown of Blue Eyes, we don't have the Amazon's count or trap card right now that makes you deal damage back to your opponent. So life isn't so great for the tribe of very beautiful Amazons. So let's talk about the structure of this deck, kind of what plays you make, and how great the field spell is, because I kind of have been what's the word I'm looking for? Underestimating the field spell. So at this point in time, you're kind of maximizing on everything. So we play triple copies of Amazoness Swordwoman. So in Duel Links, where life points are 4,000, IRL format, you have to understand that when your opponent is attacking you with large monsters, and you can deal damage back to your opponent, the card is nuts. Now, when you have a heirloom on this card, and you're poking your opponent, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to destroy what I'm attacking, you get to just deal damage to your opponent for that as well. You guys see what I'm saying here? Like, absolutely incredible. But yeah, any battle damage that you would take is literally kicked at your opponent as well. Like, who said I need to take damage for this? Absolutely beautiful. Like, I don't know what more to say about this. Like, thanks for giving us the best Amazon, I guess. Now, I want to resolve this, and I want to take my opponent's Blue Eyes every single time I see this, but I'm never lucky. It's literally, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can pay 1,500 to look at my opponent's hand and then add a monster from there to my hand. Every time I see this card, but I want to ram this and be like, oh, it's destroyed, and then, you know, like, have the Windstorm set for the next turn and be like, yeah, I'm in a decent position. Like, yeah, I'm at 2,500 life points, sure, but, like, if you can resolve this, I almost feel that this is a win con built into the deck. Literally, that you get access to for no real reason. But I also, if Blue Eyes doesn't unload their flute and you can possibly steal one of their boss monsters, I would argue that paying that life points at that point in time becomes justifiable. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're disrupting your opponent's plays, like, you've done what you needed to do. Now, Amazon Sage, I'm a little bit indifferent about. This thing is hit or miss with me. And you have to play it because you have to max out on Amazons. That's kind of at the point we are in this format, justifiably. Like, 20 cards, you have to max out on your best amount of monsters. Okay. The thing I hate about this is going to walk into Wild Tornado, or Big Tornado, every single time, and she's going to blow herself up. Like, I don't even want to commit a heirloom to this thing, because she's just going to die. Like, so when she actually, at the end of the damage step, if this card attacked and is still on the field, you can target one spell and trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. With the field spell, she's 16. With Kunai with Chain, she goes up to 19 by herself. With field spell Kunai, she's 19. But she's going to just blow herself up every single time. Like, it's all she does. She's my landmine card. Now, this is probably the best card that Amazon's actually got, and I hate drawing this card with this card, if that makes sense. Like, this is as bad as drawing Desires with Desires. So, all Amazon monsters are going to gain 200 attack. Okay, that's cute. And then once per turn, when an Amazoness monster is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Amazoness monster from your deck with a level less than or equal to an Amazoness monster in your graveyard. Everybody here, all these, see all these right here? These all float. 20 card deck, the format, enjoy tutoring for any of these. Now, they did limit us for the Amazons we got. I understand for beginning sealed format, like, you can't go immediately too crazy with what you can give to the player base, but this card is nuts. Like, floating is really good, actually. Thank you guys. Floatability really make my day easier. Now, this is the other crazy card that they gave to Amazons. I don't know, what were they thinking? So you get to equip this only to an Amazon monster. That sucks. Sorry, Harpies. Once per turn, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and after damage calculation, with the equipped monster attacks the monster, you get to destroy that monster. Yay! My Amazon gets to survive twice! This card is a lot better than it actually looks. I actually thought that this card gave attack points at one point in time. Reading is incredibly difficult some days, but just understand that you're playing the Destiny Draw skill as a means to get to this. I think it's kind of important to understand. That's why people were liking the Destiny Draw skill, because getting to the Heirloom is great. You know, leaving your Amazons on the board for the next turn, you know, being able to ram into a Blue Eyes with Swordsman, deal the damage to your opponent, and then, you know, pop it. Absolutely. Now, debate time. We have decisions that we had to make here. I'm going to explain my things. So, currently, playing Triple Windstorm of Antiqua. I like this card because it is chainable. I like this card because it doesn't target Underlord of D. Now, there are a lot of arguments against this card, and I understand that. There are a lot of people that think that 2 of this is fine. But, you're playing Amazons. You want your monsters to grow, because necessarily you won't be able to get over some of the boss monsters that your opponent's putting on the board. I get that, alright? But this card gets me through the Lord of D Dragon turn, and it's non-targeting for the bullshit that Lord of D makes me endure. So I do think that this, very, very good. Now, the argument on the flip side is, are we playing 2 of these or 3 of these? Now, with Kunai with Chain, unfortunately, with what Blue Eyes does, with what Lord of D does. So, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster and change that monster to defense mode. And you can equip this card to a face-up card you control, and it will gain 500 attack. You mean to tell me that I can switch my opponent's monsters to defense mode and gain 500 attack? Absolutely. But you have to make the decision based on your metagame. Which one of these is going to be the most important to you? Currently, I'm leaning towards 3 Windstorm, 2 Kunai. I understand pumping your boss monster is important. I get that. But it's just the little decisions like this that you kind of have to make the skill tree decisions for. Because as you can see, you get 1 text slot in this entire deck. Because, okay, let's look at this. Okay, cool. Staple, 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 cool, staple. Alright, cool. So I get 5 slots I want to work with. Well, I'm going to play 2 of these, and I'm going to play 2 of these. So, get your decision for your one of, for whatever you want to float with. Just make your decisions based on that, and kind of see where you're feeling the format and things like that as well. Like, we do have more stuff coming in the near future, but we just kind of got to pace the waters at the moment, kind of see what's going on, and things like that. So, that is my current discussion for Amazons, the second best deck in the format. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Like I said, I'd like to do 1 Speed Duel video every week, just kind of cover see what's going on. And well, guys, I'm out. Peace.
The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.